All right, so we'll start in 5 to 10 minutes. We are waiting for everyone to join. Okay. Hello, everyone. We'll start in just 5 minutes at 12:05. We are waiting for everyone to join. So just give a thumbs up, react by sending a thumbs up. You all can hear me? Okay. So till everyone joins, I've enabled the chat messages. Can you all give a short introduction. So what's your name? Where are you from? What college are you from? Can you all write your name, college name, and the city where you come from in the chat? Okay. Hi, Om. Om is from Nashik and he has completed MCA from Pune. Okay. Hello, Shiosi. Okay. To all those who are joining the session, can you all please write your name and the college you come from and the city? So, hi, Kaushik. Kaushik is from Chennai, from Bharat Institute of Higher Education and Research. Hi, Vaishnavi. Vaishnavi is from Sirishila. Start in 5 minutes. We are waiting for everyone to join. Hi, Abhishek. Hi, Bhaskar. Hi, Santosh. It's good to see you, Santosh, in this session too. So we have Chintamani Santosh Kumar in the session. He has been joining Cuvette's workshop on Saturdays, on almost all Saturdays. To all those who have just joined, can you please write your name, your college, and the city where you come from in the chat? Okay, hi, Rupesh. Hi, Aryan. Aryan is from Bhopal. Okay, hi, Shashant. Shashant is from Geetam University, Hyderabad. Hi, Rohan. So we'll start at 12:05. Let's just wait for a few more minutes for everyone to join. Hello, G. Sudarshan. Hello, Keshav. Hi, Vaishnavi. Hi, Jatin. Hi, Sheikh. Hi, Gautami from Sri Chaitanya, Karimnagar. So people are joining continuously. We'll just wait for 2, 3 more minutes. So, hi, Shreya. Hi, Chetan from Ujjain. Hi, Mantri from Islamabad. So some students are contacting me through WhatsApp for the meeting link. Just give me 1 second. Okay, hi Sandhya, hi Kunal. So Ritvik says hi. Are there any upcoming workshops by Riddhi Soteri? I'm not able to understand what are you trying to say, Ritvik? Okay, to all those who've just joined, can you please write your name and your college name, the city where you come from in the chat, and we'll start in 2 more minutes. Hi, Kanishk. Kanishk is from Indore, VIT Bhopal. How are you? Okay. Hi, Harshit. Harshit is from Himachal Pradesh, VIT Hamirpur. Okay. So Ritvik says there's a Cuvette mentor, Riddhi Soteri, taught 2000 plus folks. Okay. Ritvik, we've taken this into account. We'll definitely organize some workshops by the mentor. So you can stay tuned to our social media channels, and we keep announcing our workshops over there on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on Telegram, on WhatsApp. Okay, hi Dinesh, hi Nidhi, hello Indushri, how are you? Hi Varun, Varun from Telangana. Okay, so I think it's time. Anuj, are you there?
Yeah, no, yeah,
Yeah, can you please share your screen?
yeah,
Hi Sheikh. Yeah, okay. So today's workshop is build Blinkit clone using AI. And so before we start, I'd just like to say that we'll take all the questions through the Q&A section at the end of the workshop. So you can keep noting down your questions and your queries on a paper. And we'll open the Q&A session after Anuj is done with the workshop, and then we'll take all the questions. Uh, yeah. So till then, I am turning off the chat messages so that you all don't get distracted by the messages during the workshop. You all can send reactions, so just give a thumbs up reaction if you all can hear me and if you all can see the screen. Okay, perfect. So today's workshop is build Blinkit using AI, build a Blinkit clone using AI. So to all those who are present in the meeting, how many of you know full stack development? Just give a thumbs up. And to all those who don't know full stack web development, just give a thumbs down. So, okay, there are some people who don't know, and there are some people who are aware of full stack development. Okay. So, to both the kinds of people in the meeting, there's a good news. So this session is going to be beneficial for all of you, because if you know full stack web development, then after learning through this workshop, you'll be able to fast track your development processes using tools like ChatGPT and Cursor AI. And to all those who are not aware of full stack development, who don't know full stack web development and are going to start their journey, their learning journey. So after this session, you'll be able to fast track your learning journey as well. You'll get to know how to use these AI tools in your web development career. Okay. So a bit about us. We are Cuvette, and we've been there in the market since 2021. We help students get development jobs. We are the one and only platform which is being used by 20 lakh plus students. So there are 20 lakh plus users on our platform, and we have 6,000 plus partner companies. So we usually help the freshers get software development jobs. You can follow us on YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Telegram. You can see the successful testimonials by students who are placed through us on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Instagram and Telegram as well. Okay, can we move to the next slide, Anuj?
yeah.
Okay, so we have full stack development placement guarantee program and data science placement guarantee program, where we teach you full stack development and data science, and after that we help the students to get placements. So we have mentors from top tech companies, from IIT Kharagpur, and so the course, our data science course, is prepared by top 1% data science data scientists. So if you want to check out the data science and the placement full stack development placement guarantee program, you can visit our website, that is qvet.tech. That's it about us. So just one more thing. So if you have any questions regarding the certificate and the meeting recording, so you'll get the certificates and the meeting recordings by Monday end of day. And to all those who have just joined the session, so we are starting with the session now, and you all can note down your questions and your queries on a pen and paper, and you can. So we'll be taking all the questions through the Q&A section at the end of the session. Okay. So over to you, Anuj. So Anuj, I'll just introduce Anuj as well. So Anuj is a software developer at Flipkart, and he has previously worked at WheelsEye as well. So you all can take the most out of this session. He's an experienced developer in the market. Yeah, Anuj, let's
Yeah.
start.
Yeah. So first of all, hi everyone. So actually, let's start firstly with the what is the agenda for basically this session. So in this session, we'll try to build a clone of Blinkit. Like first of all, am I audible properly to everyone? Can you guys please send thumbs up? Okay. Yeah. Thanks. So main agenda for this session is that we will be trying to utilize the basically powers of artificial intelligence to build clone of Blinkit. Like what we will do, we'll try to consider ourselves as a like complete beginner that we don't know how to write code completely. Like we just know the syntax and all these things. We'll for each and every question we'll ask to AI only that I want to build it. I want to build the UI. We'll provide everything to the UI like AI and AI will provide us the responses code, and we will take that code. We will basically merge the code, basically code parts, and we'll try to complete this Blinkit phone application. So now let's move. So in this application, the most things that we are going to use is like front end, back end, and AI tools. So AI tools is basically ChatGPT, Grok, Gemini, and Cursor. Like there are many more in the market, but we'll try to cover these three. Like all of them are same only. Basically, for using artificial intelligence, you guys need to know about prompt engineering. Prompt engineering means how efficiently you guys are able to explain your problem to AI and how easily AI is understanding that. And like on the basis of that, what response AI is providing to you. So the prompt is very powerful thing. Like if you are giving proper prompt, then AI will provide you proper response that is basically useful for you. Now, second thing is like as I heard, like some of the students are not aware about what is full stack application. So let me just firstly explain you guys about full stack application in just 30 seconds. So let's just consider like real time example in your home, right? You have that switchboard using which like you usually turn on your fan. So the switchboard that you are seeing outside now, that board and the button, that is front end. Basically, that is designing. Whenever you click that button, that is a UI. Like behind that button, there is wiring, right? That wiring is backend, and the front end is like something like that board. Like whenever you click the button, that is the UI. Behind the scene, that wiring basically that wires connects, and you based on that you will get power into your fan, and then fan start running, right? That is backend. So this is about the basics of that. Now, basically, yeah, I just want to explain you a few things that how AI helps in coding. So AI helps in coding means so whenever you guys are coding now, so nowadays you are seeing that all the companies all over the world that what they are doing, they are providing subscription to all the developers. Like even if it Google, Microsoft, Meta, all the companies are providing access to the artificial intelligence because they know artificial intelligence indirectly basically increase the efficiency of the developer. What they do, like suppose I have to write the code, I have to spend 30 minutes of writing a small logic. What I'll do, I'll explain it to AI. And then at the end, I'll copy that code and paste it there. But the thing, some of the students are facing the issue that if I'll use AI, that will reduce my efficiency. I will not be able to learn. That is not the thing. I'll tell you why. So whenever you're giving the basically prompt to AI and AI provides you the response, in that case, it will provide you always most of the cases optimized response, right? So whenever you get the optimized approach now, then you will definitely learning because suppose you are writing some very uh, brute force kind of solution there and you are telling to AI will provide you optimized, so you are indirectly learning that you are getting the optimized solution, right? So that is why AI is very helpful and I'll suggest everyone to use it. Yeah. So I'll just suggest you like how you guys can collaboratively work with different AIs, right? Like suppose I have firstly Chat GPT. What I'll do, Chat GPT is good with like whenever you provide any document to Chat GPT, na, or any image to Chat GPT. Chat GPT basically reads that image properly. On the basis of that, it provides you the complete gist of that, right? So we'll try to use Chat GPT for that assistance. After that, we have Grok. Grok is very good for debugging. So whenever you are facing issue with debugging, you are facing bug, Grok is one of the best AI for basically you can say that programming purposes. And third, Cursor is the master of all the AIs. What the cursor does, cursor is just a IDE, similar to your IntelliJ, similar to your Visual Code. Like what they do, it reads the complete code, and on behalf of you, it will write directly into your code file. So I'll show you guys how you guys can use Cursor. And one more thing, Cursor is free as of now. Like, there is a free subscription available for Cursor. You guys can use it, and I'll in this session also I'll show you guys how to use it. And yeah, other than that, there are other tools in the market. There is Gemini, there is GitHub Copilot, there is Tab9. So you guys can explore that also. So yeah, so let's just firstly start with the uh, our coding part, right? So if I show you guys like how Blinkit website is looking like, so you're seeing that there's some like delivery area, like a search bar, login, cart, and categories. After that, there are different section under the categories. You're seeing there are products, right? So like if I am a front end developer or I'm back end developer, right? If I have to write everything, this is not like that. As a developer, any developer can't write this code. Developer can write this code, but it will take some time for developer. Na have to debug multiple things, right? So suppose let's start. What I'll do, I'll firstly go to Grok. Grok is an AI. You guys can log in. It is also free, like as of now. Same ChatGPT. I have opened two here, and third one is that Cursor. Cursor is just a basically integrated development environment only, like similar to your VS Code. Like you guys are using, I think, VS Code or IntelliJ, anything. So it will provide you a chat section here. Whatever prompt you provide here, na, on the basis of that, it will write code here. So firstly, let's start with Grok. What I'll tell to Grok now, hey Grok, I want to build a Blinkit clone. Can you please provide me prompt to generate the UI first? I am attaching a UI. Yeah. So what I'm doing, Grok, one thing, like if you guys are struggling with writing the prompts, na, then you can utilize AI also for writing the prompt. What I'm doing, I'm not providing it everything. Like I will try to utilize all the powers of AI. I'll try to utilize my basically thinking less, because the session is more towards how you guys can leverage artificial intelligence to increase your knowledge. So what I'll do, I'll take the screenshot of this. After taking the screenshot, I'll paste it here. What I did, I told him that I want to build a clone. Can you please provide me a prompt to generate the UI first? Prompt, step by step. Then now, along with this, I have to tell him which technologies I have to use, right? So I can mention technologies. I will be using HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Node.js. Right? I told him, like, as soon as I'll enter, na, what it will do, it will not write firstly code for me. It will give me a prompt, like which have everything in detail. That if you're seeing, na, it will be able to convert that. It will be able to read the image, and it will be able to provide everything out of that. If you're seeing there, na, like a header section with the website logo, delivery in 15 minutes. If you see here, na, it is mentioned here. So after reading the image, it will provide you everything. There should be a cart button. There should be other things. So suppose I copied this prompt. So now I told you that in the beginning only that ChatGPT is good with generating the UIs, right? So I copied the prompt because it saved my time. If I have to write this prompt, it would have been taken 10 to 15 minutes for me, and there might be a possibility that I might have missed something, right? So if you're seeing that, it have even identified the categories also. If you're seeing, first is this is something like pan corner. This is something like this pan corner, dairy and breads. If you're seeing, everything has been detected here. Same picture, what I'll do, I'll take a screenshot, I'll provide it to him, right? Here it has mentioned the technologies. I am providing it to him. Just wait for a few seconds. It will provide you the complete code of that. Yeah. So it has provided you the code. So what we try to do, let's just try to copy this. It's not necessary that in first go only that it will provide you the complete, because in prompt engineering, what we have to do, we have to provide the input. AI will provide you us the output. Then we have to refine our prompt. We have to tell that this is not the thing that I expected, right? So if you are saying that this is the one folder I have created, like in this I have not written any code, and there are few foot like you can say that categories images, right? I've just downloaded it from Blinkit website only, so that we'll try to make it a little bit similar of that. And let's just remove this CSS also. Nothing like no code is there. What I'll do, I'll paste it, right? After that, let's go to VS Code. If I just try to run this index.html, like it has like I'll tell him that this is my VS Code. It has provided I think CSS also. No, we missed the CSS part. Let's just copy the CSS, paste it here. Now let's go to our website. CSS is not applied. Maybe the path is wrong here. Styles.css. My file is style.css. So this much we have to take care that if I just try to open this again, you're saying that a basic layout is ready for us, right? If you're saying that this is a basic layout, right? You're saying if I'll open Blinkit in, like you are saying that within 2 minutes, like basic boilerplate code is ready. Like the plate is ready. Now you have to place the balls onto that and the items onto that. Like you're saying that it has, I'm closing that. It has categories also identified that there's a pharmacy, there is a pet care, there's a baby care. Similar to that, pharmacy, pet care, baby care. After that, it has identified these categories also, right? Now, if I tell that to ChatGPT that this is not exact similar to the AI, to the UI, please analyze. So I told him that it is not that something exactly I look, right? So what it will do, it will read it, it will analyze the image because I specifically mentioned that please analyze the image. So you have seen that it has like it took some few seconds of like gap here, right? It was thinking for a few seconds because what it was doing, it was just taking the image and it was analyzing the image, right? Now what we do, let's just copy this again. Let's just replace completely. Is generating the CSS. Now CSS is also generated. Let me just open this inside. Again, the file name issue that we have file name as style.css. We are using it styles.css. So now it is looking little bit better. Like cards are looking little bit better, right? Now what I'll tell him, like include the Blinkit logo, populate. So it will provide me the updated code. If I take completely again styles to style, I'll come here. Think the source from where it has got the Blinkit that now that I think not exist. Let's just we find directly Blinkit logo. Let's just this is the let's just download a photo now. Blinkit. This is the Blinkit logo. Blinkit clone. I'll write it as logo. Logo.svg. So if I go to my code back, there's a file name logo.svg. I'll replace this complete level. Copy path. After copying the path, you see it has copied the path. Now if I try to reload, this alternative. Let's just try to download it in PNG mode. Some other PNG image. Let's try to do this. Save image as logo. This is WebP. WebP will also not work, I think. We'll add the logo, like till then let's just try to cover other things. Like the logo is just the image part. Like we just have to pass the path here. We'll get that image, PNG image, and then we will pass it here. Now, second thing I told you that I want to use the cursor also, right? So the main purpose of using cursor is na, what I'll do, I'll take this entire code, I'll add it to chat, right? You see, like in this chat, it has added from line number 1 to line number 72. Now I'll tell him, I am creating a Blinkit clone and I want to make UI like the image attached. Please refine my code, right? So I'll remove this. By clicking on this now, you can select other files also, like similar to style.css. Now, after that, what I'll do, again, I'll take a screenshot. I'll give it to cursor. Now, it also has image, like front end code, and this is my that CSS styling, right? If I provide it to him, again, it will analyze the image. It will refine the code. If there is some refinement from his the cursor side, like he's saying that these are the like few improvements that we can do, add this. So what it will do, the benefits of using cursor is now you need not have to copy the code from the browser and paste it into your IDE. What it will do now, it will directly change it into your IDE. You are saying that it is just generating the code. After generating the code, now it will show me here that these are all the things I have changed. Are you agree with this? Like if you are agree, then you can accept it. If you are not agree, then you can reject it. And one suggestion for using cursor is na, that what you guys can do in one go na, try to provide one or two files. If you are providing multiple files here na, in that case cursor usually get confused sometime, and it will provide you code in such a way that then you have to copy the code and paste it manually into the file. That is a little bit more time taking, but if you want to utilize it properly, then you can provide one or two files. That is definitely fine. So till now, like everyone is clear. I just want to ask, like everyone is clear, like what are different AIs we are using, what are the use cases of those AI, and how you guys can utilize those artificial intelligence. One thing, like you can utilize this AIs if you are in college, you can build your college project using that. You can after that, if you are a freelancer, then what you can do, like if you're a freelancer, like you can take the projects of client and you can wrap it up early, right? You can earn money like using that. If you're like planning to go into some company, you can utilize AI for enhancing your previously created projects, right? This is the use cases. Now if you see now, it has generated the code for me. Now it has provided me the option apply to index.html, right? If I click here now, it will show me that these are all the things I have changed, right? This is my logo, like it has already identified this is my logo path, this is that, all the things. If you are saying that this is looking correct, then what you can do, you can accept it, right? Again, go to style.css. It has provided the updated code for style.css also. If I click here, it will show you here also that this is like similar to your GitHub PR. Like whenever you make some changes into your GitHub PR, you see that it will show you old changes versus new changes. Like that is similar here only. This is your old changes, red line, and green line is the new changes. So you're saying that as of now, let's not review it properly. Uh, let's just, because if you spend time on reviewing that, then we will be able to miss some things that we have to cover more. So let's as of now accept it completely. Now let's come here. Now you're seeing that it is looking little bit better. That the pan corner, like color coding is like it is not exactly same, like but it is looking little bit better. The cards are more visible. It has provided some icons over that, right? So like Blinkit icon is also now visible. You saw that earlier we are trying to add the icon, so that was just a like small issue only, right? We are providing the file path, so there might be a possibility that the path that we have provided, that is not completely correct. It has identified the path and it has automatically added the logo here. Now you're seeing that how fast it can like make your development and your career is. Now a few things, like I can tell him that I've already downloaded the images, right here. So I'll tell him uh, I have downloaded the images of the categories. Can you please pick it from the folder? from the current folder and uh, attach it to the respective, right. I have provided him prompt. What it will do? It will again analyze the code. And one best thing of using cursor is, suppose if you are a working professional also, right? Suppose you have joined a new company. Now in the new company, the first issue that new developers face now, that is they are not aware about what exactly that company is doing into their code base, right? So for that, now what they can do, they can open the entire GitHub repository into like this cursor, and what they can do, they can tell, read the complete code and explain me completely with the complete flow diagram. What it will do, it will explain you each and every step, why this controller has been created, why this file has been created, all these things. Now, if you're seeing that earlier it was passing some dummy icons, right? Now I told him that here are my images, just take that images and propagate here, right? So if you're seeing that, it has automatically identified by the file name. Like haven't mentioned that for pan corner you have to use this file, or for dairy and breads you have to use this file, right? From category and file name, it has already identified automatically that how to map those things, right? If I'll accept it and I'll move it to next page, you're seeing that now our categories are also populated, right? Now few more things. If you're seeing that pharmacy, pet care, and there's no time for fun, something like this also has some images, right? So let's just try to do. I'll tell him, if I select a particular code snippet now, in that case, what it will do, it will analyze that code only and make changes into that particular code only, right? If I just select this, right? After selecting, it will provide me option to add to chat. As soon as I click here, now it has mentioned here that index.html file, line number 41 to 58. Like I want to do something from line number 41 to 58. Now I'll tell him here also attach the icons from the current folder. If you see, I have mentioned it. It will again analyze, read all the files into the current folder. Like you are seeing here, na, what it is doing currently. If you see now, it will load the complete your code into like his system. What it will do, it will see that listing the files. What it is doing, it is listing all the file, reading all the files. Like after listing the file, after analyzing everything, at the end it will decide what to do. Now, as I selected all these things only, right? After this now, after analyzing this, it found that in this there is one pharmacy, there is one pet care, and there is one like this diaper run something image, right? So it has automatically identified that. If I'll accept it, you will see. And also it is saying that I made some changes into your style.css that is required. So if I'll go here, it will show me this is the new change. Let me accept it. Let me accept it here also. If I go to next page, you're saying that icons are visible, but photos are not that much enlarged, right? So I'll do again, I'll go here. I'll tell that come here in this section. I'll tell him icons are not visible. Sorry, icons are visible, but and size is very small. I want to cover the complete card using icon, right? So I'll tell him that because icon image is very small, I want to cover the complete part using icon. So what it will do, on the basis of this, it will again analyze the code and provide you the output. Let's just wait for a few seconds. It is analyzing what to do. Hmm. So nothing changes required here. It has made some changes into your style.css. Now let's accept it. Now it is very enlarged, right? If I'll tell you, like, uh, just a minute, text, like you're saying that there is some text. Like if we remove this text, then it will look little bit better. Let me tell you, let me tell him that remove the manually written text because the images is and is overlapping, right? So it will again analyze Like you can leverage it for anything. Like if you want to, if you don't want to write prompt as your own now, but suppose I don't want to write prompt, right? Let me copy this, and I'll commit to Grok. I'll open one more suggestion. Whenever you are using AI now, if your context switched now, like suppose earlier we were generating the UI from, and like from scratch. Now we have already built a little bit part of that UI, right? Now we have to make some enhancement into that UI. Now in this case, I'll always suggest you open a new chat, because what AI does now, AI basically take historical context, whatever you did earlier, like on the basis of that, it will tell you that now you have to do this, now you have to do that. So if you provide him new chat, I'll tell him convert it into a prompt to, let me write it as AI, because I can provide it to any AI, right? Like it has refined it little bit, right? So that AI will able to understand it properly, right? If let's come here, it has removed that text part because it was overlapping. I told him to remove it, has removed it. Let's come here. If you're seeing that the text is removed, but the card height is very less, right? And if you see order now button, let's just same. Let's just firstly add for this also, the span corner also. Let me add it in chart. Add to chat. Why it is not adding? Let's just this. Now let's just try to add it to chat. It is not adding by line. Let me open this again. Blinkit loan. Now it is adding. Now let me tell him. Here also I can and remove text. Will take few seconds. Now, if as a developer you have to build it from scratch, then I think it will. If you are a front end developer and you have to write the complete HTML and CSS, all the things as your own, like this much HTML, little bit, like this much CSS, then it might easily take for you guys that more than an hour, right? But if you're saying that we have started it at approximate 12:05, now it is 12:35, and also I'm explaining to you guys, right? That is also taking some time. If you see this much, we can easily generate in 10 minutes, 10 or 15 minutes maximum, because I am also trying to interact with you, explaining you the things. That's why it has already taken like approximately 25 minutes to 30 minutes, but that can easily be done in 10 minutes if you are just focusing on this only. Now, if you are seeing that it has populated the image of pan corner, but there is some that card size is little bit more. I'll tell him again. For this, the icon size is small. Then the card same size as icon. It has made some changes in your style.css. Let me just accept it. Let's come here. Now you're seeing that it is looking little bit similar to this, like this span corner, like some width, some padding, like it is little bit different. But if you see, like within 10 to 15 minutes, like this much is like, I think pretty decent. Like if you are started building your project for college, like if you are in college, you can build a good website clones like Uber clone, other things also. Now I'll tell him that this card's height I want little bit more. And here also I'll tell him that you like use the complete image, right? For the icons, like it is also not completely visible. Here also I'll tell him, let me just open it. I'll tell him that here also the icon sizes, then the card size. One more thing, one more benefit of using cursor, that you guys can replace it with your Visual Studio Code. Like by VS Code, you can run your code into this, right? If you want to run it now, you can add debug points here. You guys can debug it here. You can run your code. Like when I'll write the code for that backend using Node.js, what I'll do, I'll run it from here only instead of running it from your VS Code. I'll try to show how you guys can completely replace your VS Code with this, and this is like definitely beneficial for you. Let me accept it. If you're saying that image size, like images are now visible, right? I'll tell him remove the text again, and I'll tell him image size are little bit more enlarged, because again remove the text. These things I can do manually, right? I can remove the text. Like I'm seeing here, like this is the text span corner, this, but I want to utilize completely AI, because I want you guys to like learn how basically you guys can utilize, because I can remove it. Like I can remove, go there, pop, like I'll put my cursor there and I can remove it manually, right? But like this session is more over towards like more than building a clone. It is towards how you guys can utilize artificial intelligence to increase your efficiency. Remove the text because overlapping with the image text, and the icon is very much enlarged or a little bit small in size as compared to the card. You just have to play with it. Like you have to give him prompt if it is providing you something like that is not exactly you want. You can tell him again, like, I don't want this. And if you guys want to provide the image again, if I in next step, suppose if I want to tell him I can paste image again. If I come here, now you're seeing that text it has removed, right? Categories are visible. Now login and cart button, like I can tell him like these button are overlapping. I want it side by side, right? Let me come here. If you see, I have a login and cart button. Okay, so changes here now. Let me accept it. Now here, login and cart buttons are appearing upside down. I want it side by side. Sorry, side by side. Like I'm using the free version of cursor, right? You guys can also use it. Like it is not necessary that you have to pay, because the cursor subscription is around like $20 per month. But that what it provides you, it will provide you large code also. Like suppose if you have to write a code for large code base, right? So then it will provide you. You can pass multiple images. Like for free version, I think there is a limit of few images only you can pass in one chat. But in updated version, you can pass as many as you want. Now, if you see, it has made changes. Auth cart. Now let's come here. Now you're seeing that I haven't done anything. I not even reviewed the code, what it has written. But I told him it is like upside down. I want it side by side. Now it has converted it to side by side. Now this search bar, I want a search bar width to be little bit more, right? And this icon, Blinkit.com. Other than that, this height of this card I want to increase a little bit more. One thing, like before moving ahead, like I just want to take like if you guys are able to understand whatever we are doing, so you guys can respond with the thumbs up that you are able to understand, right? And again calling out that you guys can use it for your college projects, your company, like in whatever company you are currently working, freelancing also. Like this, like indirectly AI has opened door for you to enter into freelancing, right? Nowadays most of the developers are using freelancing, like doing freelancing using artificial intelligence. They take the project from the client and like write the complete code using AI, because they don't have to do anything. Like earlier, suppose they are spending 1 week or building 1 week on building one project, and they are getting suppose $100 for that. Now they can build that project in 1 day. Now in 1 week they can build 7 projects, right? The income has been indirectly has been increased by seven times, right? You guys can also leverage it. Now I'll tell him that pharmacy pet for this section. Now what I'll do, card height is little small. I am attaching the image again. Please re-review and make it same. Right? What I'll do, I'll take a screenshot. Let me just remove this. Let's come here. Again, it will analyze because I have provided the image. It will analyze the image. On the basis of that, it will try to replicate it. It is not necessary that every time it will exactly replicate whatever you want, but it will try to replicate as much as you as much as it can. Right? Now it has made some changes. It is making some changes. Right? Showing the button to apply to style.css. You're saying that made some changes. Let's just try to accept it once. Or let's come here. Now you're saying that size is little bit uh, like as per our requirements only. Now again, let's come here. I'll tell him that now this much UI, I think this much is little bit is fine, right? Like it is looking little bit similar to Blinkit only. Like it is not exact because Blinkit took years to make that website, right? We are just spending approximately 15 to 30 minutes on that. So in this, like we can't make it exactly same, but we can start with the basic code. Like this much is like if you're saying that you're opening Blinkit, you're looking at something like there's a pan corner and those things here. If you're opening this, that similar only, but you have to just refine it little bit more. Like let's just try to move little bit towards the backend part. Once we are done with the backend, if we have little bit more time now, then we'll try to refine it more, right? So now what I have to do, let's just try firstly that I'll tell him that this is my code, right? I can now I don't need complete file. So what I'll do, I have selected the complete file. Now I want that all the images, all the icons should be served using backend in Node.js. Help me to create a server.js file which has an endpoint that returns the categories, right? In Node.js, create a in-memory map to store the icons image name, right? I entered it. I've given him the prompt that I want to serve this icon. Like as of now, I have hard coded it. Like this is my file, this is my image name, this is my that image name, right? Now I told him that from backend, get it everything, right? What it will do for me, it will create a new file. Yeah, if you're seeing that there is no server.js as of now, it has created server.js and it is creating a code for me also, right? Now it has written some code. Now let me accept it. Now what it will do, it has created that now. Now let me tell him that use the server JS endpoint using JavaScript to populate the images icons, right? As of now, again, I am populating it manually. I told him that don't populate it manually. Write a JavaScript code, like vanilla JavaScript code, that will make an API call to my backend, which is in Node.js, and it will get the icon name. Now you're saying that I don't need to have done anything. Like it fetch everything. It is automatically populating the icons here, right? Image source, this, it has done something here. So I'll tell him like not to do that. So categories, it is populating category dynamically, right? It has not written anything statically here. If I'll go here, you're seeing that as of now, my backend is not running now. So you will not be able to see any category down, right? Because my backend is not running. So for that, firstly, I have to run my backend. So for that, I need a new terminal, right? Now I'll come here, npm right, npm install path, right? Now here exit, guys, again new terminal, some issue. Npm my server.js file, right? I entered it. Okay, sorry, npm, sorry, node. It is saying that your server is running at localhost 3001, right? You are saying that it is also trying to run it here. If I come here, you will see why the images is not getting populated, because the images that it is getting, right, it is getting it from that. If you see the endpoint, let's just verify API slash category. It is just trying to get the icons like API slash use this, but it will use join this. I'll tell him that in this code now, in this code. Hmm, So I want to use the same icons that I was using earlier. I want the image name from backend. Right. It is generating a code for you. Let's just wait for a few seconds. Hmm. Append child this. Let's just come here. If you try to reload it, still now there is issue. Let's just inspect it. Go to console. We are getting some issues. This. Okay. Course policy. This. Let's just come here. Let's copy everything. Let's give the error to. We are not reading it. Right. We are providing everything directly to him. Just a minute. This is running on 5500. This. It is telling me that you can install npm install codes. Let me just close this. Apply the changes. Let's just try to do this also. Where it has applied. No, it has applied it in wrong file, right? You see, this is fine. This we need to add it in my server.js. Here, node server.js. If I come here, just try to reload. You're seeing that now my categories are getting populated from a backend. Like as of now, the backend is not a database. Like we'll try to add a database also. Like as of now, in my backend, in my node.js file, this is my backend. Like how you guys can identify the backend, right? If whenever you run the code in front end, you're seeing that we need not have to start a new server. Like you're seeing that for running my backend, I have to run a command. What that will do, that will create a virtual server for you, and that will host the complete code that you guys want to run. But if you're seeing that this HTML and this vanilla JavaScript, what it is doing, this is running on client side. You don't need to create a separate server for that. It is not serving you from a specific server. Like this is running on client side, right? So that's why it is called as front end. Like earlier I explained that whenever you guys are confused with what is backend, what is front end, then again you can think of that example that I took in the beginning only, that switchboard and the wiring in behind the switchboard. The switchboard is again a UI, that is front end, and the wiring behind it, it is a backend. How the things are actually working, and the board is like how the thing actually are visualizing, right? Now you're seeing that we got everything from there. Alternator, this. Now you're seeing that I'll come here. My backend service is down, so that's why it is not populating. So again, I have to up my server. Once I up the server, I am getting this right. Now I'll tell him that I don't want this text, right? It is just passing some text, this name and those things. So it is populating those name here. Like if I image this. Let me just again open this. I can remove it manually only. There is only one line that I have to do, but I'll do it using this only. Let's just remove this also. I don't know why it is facing some issue with this. Huh? Now I don't want to print any text with the icon. It will remove that particular line. That I can do manually also. But again, we just have to see how much context it is taking. Now you're saying that images are populated. This pan corner image are basically the width file. It is very like width is very much. That's why it is looking like this. But if you see exact picture here, let me just download this image also. Save image as. If I go to this, I'll give it as name as pan, right? Let's just come here in cursor. You're saying that pan.avis, right? Again, whenever you make some changes into backend, then you have to stop the backend and you have to redeploy the backend, right? Let's come here. Let's just reload it. Now it is looking that only, right? Now you're seeing that little bit it is ready. Now, as of now, these icons are not clickable, right? If I'm clicking it like similar, if you go here, if I click here, you're seeing that you're getting the product inside that particular category. Like if I want to suppose buy a dairy product like milk and those things that are not clickable. Now I'll tell him, I'll go here. Now you're seeing that my front end, my back end, basic part is ready within, I think, less than 30 minutes because including explaining and those things, it has been approximate 50 minutes. But including explaining and everything, like if you exclude that, then it would be not more than 30 minutes. I'll tell him that I want each category to be clickable, and once it should open a product page, a products page which contains multiple products, right? And uh, uh, generate some dummy products there. Like why I'm saying into generate, because it will just create again boilerplate code for me. Then what I'll do, I'll download some images, I'll replace those images with that particular that cards, then it will be looking similar to that. Now if I have to do that, now if I come here, let's click on this Styrian bread. Let's just take a screenshot of this. After taking a screenshot, let's just paste it here. I have attached the products page UI image. Try to make as much right till the time it is generating the code. I just want to ask you guys, like uh, are you guys able to understand what we are doing, and are you guys are exciting to use this artificial intelligence into your career, like for your college projects, or like one more thing, like till the time it is generating, if you guys are doing data success algorithm, if you guys are doing competitive programming, you can learn from him, right? You can tell him that I want to learn this particular algorithm. Just explain me. If you tell him, na, I always try to tell him that I want to learn it in real time way. Like you just take a real time example, then it will take a real time example that there's some rabbit existing, it is doing that, it is doing this. So if you take some real time example, na, so you will not be able to forget the things. Like similar to that, I told you that again that example, like I told you once. Now I think you want to be able to forget front end and back end, because every time that example might come to your mind. For me, it every time comes to mind whenever I have to think about difference between front end and back end. It is taking some time to generate the code for products.html. It is analyzing the code, right? Let's give him a few seconds or few minutes. If it is taking more time, na, then it is better to stop and then restart. Now it has generated, like if it is taking suppose more than 2 minutes, then it is better to stop. Just a second, guys. Yeah, you're saying that it has generated a file for me, complete file. I haven't did anything, and after reading those files, now It has even identified the products also. This Nandini toned milk, that is, oh, sorry, I by mistakenly turned off. Let me just up run my server again. I'll take it in different window. I'll bring it here. Let me just make it full screen. Again, let's just open the original Blinkit side by side also to try to compare a little bit. So dairy, you are saying that for me, it has even identified all the things, categories also, that Nandini milk, those things, that things, right? Let me just accept it. Let me come here. Uh, if we click here, dairy and bed, it is not still not clickable because it has, I think, not made some changes into index.html. I'll tell him to make the changes. It has made the changes, but we have to apply the changes. If sometimes it don't applies for you, na, you just have to click on this three dots, then click on reapply. Now it has applied, right? Earlier it forgets to apply because I told you that if you're providing multiple things, like I have provided the image also, and I told him to generate a new file for me also. Also, I provided a specific code part also of this file, and I have complete file path also, so that it got confused if you are providing more than 2 or 3 files. So it is always suggested to provide one file at a time. But sometimes, like as per the use case, we have to provide multiple files because that only fulfills our requirements, right? If you come here, like you're saying that this page is ready within, I think, less than a minute. I haven't did anything, right? I provided the image only. It has generated the code. Everything is being populated within a minute here. Like I just have to populate the images now, right? Like suppose if I download, save image, Nandini toned, right? Again, save. I'll download only 2 to 3 images only. I'll not download because it will take some time. Nandini Shubham, something like that. Amul Gold, and let's download one more. Thus, Heritage Daily Health. Right now, again, I'll go to my friend AI. Tell him just do task on behalf of me. I don't want to do so. Because one thing, like whenever you are building the project, one suggestion that as of now, like in this session, I'm just like without reviewing the code, I'm just accepting everything, right? Because as of now, because if I have to write this from scratch, like I can write because I've written this kind of code snippets earlier also, right? But if you are a fresher only, na, so what you can do, after AI writes the code, na, try to read it and line by line what it has done, why it done this thing, why it has done that thing. Because if you are not aware, then you will be able to increase your learning, and that will help you to debugging also. Because sometimes AI provides you the vague responses that like this is the response, like that is not that much relevant to your use cases, right? So in that case, you guys have to uh, read it line by line. Just a second, guys. Just give me a second. Yeah. So let's again come here. What we are trying to, we have to tell him that here also, I'll tell him replace these 4 files. If I try to open the link that it has given, now let's just try to see. Like it has tried to get the link of that image also. You see, no? Okay, there is something different. Like if we open the image now, so like the link it has tried to get, but it is not exactly same whatever we want. I'll tell him that again. Let me just come here, add to chat. I'll tell him that in this for these 4 products, I have icons in same folder. Use that. Now one more thing, whenever you are building a project structure is very much important, right? Where you have put your front end code, where you have like put your back end code, where is your images, icons, where is your style.css. Like as of now in this session too, we are keeping everything in same file, because the reason is that you would have complete visibility, like what all are file existing here, right? So if I tell him now, uh, can you suggest me the project structure for my application? Let me just accept this first. Blinked application, right? If you come here, now you're seeing that I have populated 4. That's why you're getting, the guys are seeing 4. Now you're seeing that it has even identified this. You come here now, dairy and breads. Now it is showing something. This also earlier in our previous screenshot, this thing was not there. That's why it is providing us that thing. But it's fine. Like if they have changed it little bit earlier in the screenshot, if you guys see now, like if you go to the above image, this is our screenshot now. If you're seeing that sidebar is not available there, they might have deployed the code now. Not we are not sure, because on the basis of that only AI has generated. So as of now, like it is fine for us because we have provided the image and it has tried to replicate it as much as it can. Right now, if you're seeing that, it has provided with the project structure also, that you can keep the parent folder like directory name as like this. Public should be this. There should be icons. There should be products like this icon also, data, readme file. So this could be a project structure. If you tell him na, I want code in this project structure, what it will do, it will create a folders automatically, and it will like move all the files into the respective folder as per the requirement. Now you're seeing that we are able to do that. Like prices are also populated, all the things are also populated. Right now, if you see that, we are clicking here, we are getting buy dairy products and bread, eggs, and everything. Here now we are getting pan, right? Like images that you are getting here also for that dairy products only, because I'll tell him that okay, I told him to add dummy products now, that's why. So if you guys if you guys provide him the separate products now, like from database, then it will definitely read it from there only, right? So, but it took the complete context whatever we want to do, right? Now let's just tell him that I want this search bar to little bit wide. Let's just go to this file. Search bar is looking little bit small. This is my okay. I want a little bit wide. Now after that, we'll try to integrate it with the SQL database. But whatever we have written into the backend, now we'll tell him again this thing also. We can tell him to expose one more endpoint in the backend, that whatever the things you are get writing here, now don't write it manually. Get it from backend. Yeah, I told him to increase the width. So you're seeing that style.css file, it has made some changes. You are getting the changes. This is the changes. Accept the file, come here and reload. It is looking a little bit white, right? My Blinkit icon is like this. That's why it is showing like this. But they have a Blinkit icon is like this. If you click on this, copy link address, this. If you inspect it, right? Let me just try to get the image if we can get. Let me just reload it. Okay. Remove the icon. If I come here, so this, okay, I can't otherwise. So this, if I come here now, if I click on this, like I think this image is as of now is fine. Like this is looking a little bit similar to that. But I'll tell him that one more thing, that categories, if you guys want to add more, you guys can add. Other than that, after getting this, I'll tell him I want this also clickable, because if you go here, you click on this is also clickable, right? And the page is looking like this. What I'll do, I'll tell him, let's take a screenshot again, give it to your friend, that uh, after user clicks on a specific product, the layout should look like this. I think image has been, let me take a new screenshot. Not an issue. Hmm. For this, create a ML file. I told them, he'll write a code for me. So again, asking you guys, like, are you guys excited to use all these AIs cursor? Like, I'm not aware like how many of you already are using cursor. But if you are not using, like, this is very much useful. You can use it and everywhere, right? So I told them to generate this. It's taking some time because whenever you provide the image to them, na, it will, in the backend, what it will do the image processing, and it will convert everything into that from that image into small parts, and then it will provide you the response. It's generating. Let's just wait for a few more seconds. Details of HTML. Now you're saying that the code that AI has written, it is very much modular. Like, modular means each thing has like the CSS only for that particular thing, right? If while we are writing the code, sometimes we did some mess that we merged the code like CSS of two things. Then after that, we found that this CSS we don't want to apply to the other component, but we are applying. Then in that case, we have to break that code. Again, we have to create two different basically CSS classes, right? Then we have to apply them. That is again time taking, but it is doing for you within a minute. It is taking more time. Let's just give him 30 more seconds. Otherwise, we'll stop it and send it again. So that sometime it got stuck like due to more requests. Now it has generated, right? You will see it has generated a new file, product details. Let me come here. Thus, this is my, let me just try to reload it. I have to tell to make this also clickable because these are not clickables, right? I'll select the class. I'll add it here. I want each product to be clickable. Clicks on that. I want to open product details. Right. Okay. Like, you should be enough expressive that you should be able to explain your problem to the artificial intelligence, AI, to basically AI models, and you should be aware about the syntax and the basics of that particular programming language. Like, if you tell me to, rather than building it into HTML, CSS, you have to build it in some other technology. And if I know the basics of that technology, na, by using AI, I can build it, right? Because I don't need to have do much things. If I'm getting error also, in that case also, I'll tell him how to resolve it. It will tell me, and on the basis of that, I'll take action. If I'll open it, you are seeing that it has, within I think 2 minutes or 3 minutes, it has just tried to replicate the things. Like, I can like image of that particular product. Like, for this product, we have passed only one image, that's why it is using all the other 4 images. If you guys will provide multiple images for the particular category, like suppose Nandini told milk 1, Nandini told milk 2, and Nandini told milk 3 as well, something like that, then it will use something like that only. And third thing, it has already added this add to cart, price, views by Nandini, all these things. Like, you're saying that this is pretty fast. Like, if you have to build all these things, it will take too much time. And again, header part, it also tried to make it little bit similar only. And if you guys want to make this product details also, then again, nothing to do much. You just have to take the screenshot, paste the image there, and then you have to tell him, generate this for me. It will generate immediately. If you see super fast delivery, best prices, it has even identified these three things also, along with the text. But images are different because we haven't provided the images. If you guys want to keep the images same also, just download the image and just pass it there, right? Now let's just move to the other part that I'll tell him uh, for this product part is done, product detail part is done. I'll tell him, let me just select the file completely. This is products.html. I want these products to be served from my backend, expose or create endpoint, create a endpoint that will return, right? I'll add the backend file also, which is my server.js, right? Now it got the context that what it will do, it will take historical context also. Like earlier I did it in this way, and it will try to replicate it. Like earlier I did it in this way, right? Let's just wait for a few seconds, because sometimes more people are using a model, and if we are using free model na, so then in that case it will be little bit latent sometime, because we are using the free version. They provide like privilege to the paid customers first, but I think free version is more than enough for us. Like, for me also, I'm using free version, like for all the things whatever I do. You're saying that similar to categories, it has generated one more products here, again one endpoint here. Accept the file. Now it will make some changes here also in my products.html. It is showing you generating that. Let's just wait. I'll tell you, it has not generated, right? Make the required changes to get the products data from backend in products.html file, right? And I'll remove, let's just keep the server also, because it can take endpoint name, all the things from there, whatever endpoint it has to call. I just go to the back page. You just see. Now, if you are seeing that the page is little bit responsive, like it is not like that, the page is not responsive. The pan corner part can be little bit more responsive, but if you're seeing that components are not getting distorted whenever you are just trying to change. My cart is a little bit distorted. If you guys want to change it, right, make it more responsive, you can tell that my page is not looking much responsive. Can you please make it responsive? That is completely your prompts. Whatever prompts you give, on the basis of that, it will provide you the responses. It has generated, I think. Let's go there. If you see, it has removed all this static code. I'll tell you why I have written the static code first. I can write backend code directly, and then I can show you directly in the session, right? But I just want you to show guys how you guys can start, from the bilkul scratch, then you can enhance it little bit more. Because what I can do earlier, that I would have been provided him that image, and I told him that generate a backend and front end for this and serve the images from backend. But I don't want to do that, because you will be able to understand that this is earlier getting served from front end. Now it is getting served from backend. If we integrate the database also, then it will get served from database also. Let me just accept this. I'll come here. If we go there, you are seeing that we have to restart our server again, because we have made the changes in our backend server. Whenever we make the changes in backend server, we have to restart it. Let's just come back, refresh this. Darian, if you're seeing that, now it is serving from backend, right? Earlier I turned off my backend server, that's why it is not getting rendered here. Now it is getting rendered from my backend. Now, if you guys want to integrate this with database also, I can tell him that I'll come here, server.js. Let me just minimize it a little bit. I'll remove this. We'll try to do, if we will be able to do it in few minutes, then we will do. Otherwise, so then we can skip it, because it is nothing much. Like, you have to just create a database table, that products table, that will have a name, quantity, price, image, and offer, those things. And rather than getting it from this hash map, you will be getting from that particular database. I'll tell him I want to integrate with the SQL database rather than using internal maps. Serve the response from the database, right? As of now, I am just copying this. I'm just making a copy of this. Why? Because whenever I'm trying to integrate it with database, right? Suppose you have, anyhow, you will always have an option to revert whatever changes you did, right? But if you're thinking that your this code is looking fine to you, right? This is looking little bit decent to you, and you want to keep the copy, because if you're, there might be a possibility that you are giving prompts again and again, and you forget like how much reward you want to do, like how much prompts you back you want to go, right? So for that, I'm just making a copy of this. What I'll do, I'll go to my VS Code. I'll open a new window. I'll create a new file, something text file only. I'm pasting it here as of now for backup, right? I came here, serve the response from backend, and uh, while initializing the backend, create the required table and populate these values to the table. I told him that if I enter all this value manually, so it will take too much time. I told him, whenever you're initializing your backend now, just connect with the database, create the required tables, and populate these values to the table, right? What it will do, it will create a SQL queries for me, everything for me. Just wait for a few minutes or few seconds. Again, npm install. You're seeing that it is even providing you the commands also, whatever things you need. Plus npm install SQL library. I told, right? After that, it is generating, so that's why it is not affected here. Again, you guys want to integrate it with Postgres, you guys want to integrate with MongoDB, you guys want to introduce Redis, you guys want to introduce Aerospike, all things you can introduce. You can tell him, I want to use MongoDB, I want to use Postgres, I want to use that DB, right? Cassandra DB, and anything. It will be able to generate code for you. Just for this session, so that it will be, so that we will be cover everything within the time. So I'm trying to explain you all the things that will be uh, able to done in this time duration. Now, if you see that code now, it is saying that there would be a DB, Blinkit DB, right? This is the SQL DB. It has written some SQL queries for you, right? SQL select count this from there. Otherwise, it has also added the fallback also. If you are not getting the entity in the database, it will return this entities for me, right? Now, let me just rerun my backend. Let me come here. Yeah. Now we have to identify that console. Hmm. This. I'll tell him to add logs, so that it will tell me from where it got served. It is served from internal memory, or it got served from hash map. I want some logs to be print in my browser console, that will show will it got served from DB or internal maps. I can validate it manually also, right? I can add breakpoints, but I just want to show you how much you guys can leverage it, right? I can add breakpoints here, and I can check that if it is going in if, or if it is going in else, right? It is generating code for you. Just wait for 30 seconds. It's fine. If I click here, you will see that let me just do rollback. Let's just little bit try to validate this response, this, else this, response.json set this, apply to server.js. Now it is setting that in the response that I'm sending it from the map or DB, right? That I have to handle it at my products also here, right? I'll tell him based on the header from the backend, identify is it served from DB or map. It will identify and it will tell you in the console. Now you are seeing that we are we have built this like you guys can enhance it more because our backend server is down because that's why you are not seeing the products here. Once it is up, you will be able to see it again because I have downed it because I am making some changes. Again, this once this is done, node server.js. Reloading this again, we got our categories. We got this right now. Again, let me just refresh this. Inspect. I'll go to console. Okay, I am getting something. Product source unknown. This. Let me just copy this. Copy. I'm going there. Let me just manually verify which header it read. X data source, no? If we are seeing that. Oh, okay. Request query source and X data source name is same only. This is not necessary. Okay, add this line after this. Okay, let's add it. From here, refresh this. We're getting why I don't know why we are getting here. Let me just add this particular. Here we are setting no. This is my endpoint. I'll add this product source unknown. Right. After that, I have to provided this also. It is taking a little bit. This is also supplied. This is already applied. This try minimal fetched. Okay, it is saying that firstly check the directly rather than hard coding it. Just try to do it with this way. I'm just doing it. Refreshing this. You're saying I'm just checking for DB, but it is database, right? You're checking. we got this response from database, right? Right, if we got this response from database, and if we go here, no, if the source is db, then we are printing that we got it from database, right? Otherwise, if it is map, then it will say that it is from internal map. Now you will be able to see that uh, within session of 1 hour, like while explaining included, like all those things, in 1 hour, 1.5 hour nearly, that we have built this much, that is not exactly same as Blinkit, but this is looking little bit like similar to Blinkit only. Like if you well refresh this is looking little bit similar to Blinkit only. Like this is our website. This is exact Blinkit website. Right? Some color coding is different. Like we are having this in green color. If you want exact same, you can tell him, I don't want round corners. I want it in gray color. We'll provide you. Other than that, you are getting order now separately here, and you will see that order now button is like this. You can specifically take the screenshot of this. If you want, I'll try to do one more thing. I'll take this. I'll crop this, right? Crop, save, right? I'll come here again, my index.html. This is, I'll tell him that my image is present in, this is my image, right? I'll take this, I'll paste it here, remove this. I want button style for these similar to the UI photo attached. You will seeing that it will again analyze, and it will try to replicate it as much as it can. But if you are again not getting it exactly, you can change the prompt. You can uh, uh, make it little bit more. Basically, you can take the screenshot of that particular button only, and you can provide him, I want exact this button. If you go there, you are, this is the exact printed. If you're coming here, you're seeing that button style it has made little bit same to that, right? Order now, right? But just a minute. Okay, on this image only there is an order now, right? I'll tell him that remove this order now button. On the image there is one order now button. That's why we are this remove the order now button, because the image and make these cards clickable. Sending it. Let's just wait for 30 seconds. After that, like we can see that uh, like boilerplate code and a little bit like a blanket kind of app is ready for us, right? You guys can enhance it. You can add more categories. Now you're seeing that those order now has been removed. Like we are getting this category now. You're seeing that this image is looking little bit more enlarged to you. You can tell him that I this is looking very much enlarged to me. Can you please reduce the width and height little bit so that it will be adjust into that particular card accordingly. So you're seeing that in the session, like what we did, we tried to implement the front end, we tried to implement the back end, including the database also, which is the SQL database. Again, if you guys want to integrate MongoDB, you guys can, like you can tell him I want to integrate MongoDB. It will do everything for you. After that, in this session, what main learning we have took from this session, that the learning was how you can use artificial intelligence, right, for building everything. You have seen that for silly to silly thing now, I asked question to AI only. I can fix it. Like I can remove that line manually, or like backspace that and remove that. But still, I asked AI because the main session learning for this session is that you should be able to learn how you guys can utilize this. Now, I think this much is enough. Again, opening this product categories page is available now. Again, if you click on particular product is available now. Again, if you guys want this to be clickable, on this there would be a login page open. You can tell him that on whenever login page someone clicks, open that cart. You can tell him whenever someone clicks on this, click open the add it to a cart. Like everything can be possible in that, right? uh, like just for everyone understood. Okay. Yeah. Thanks, guys, for the session.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Anuj, for taking your time on a Saturday afternoon for the session. So we'll begin with the Q&A.
Yeah. Sure. Arnav.
Yeah, so I've turned on the Q&A. You all can click on the meeting tools on the bottom right corner, and then you'll see Q&A over there. You can start posting your questions, and we'll keep taking questions one by one. So try to keep your questions crisp and short so that we take maximum number of questions from almost everyone. Okay, so till you all write the questions in the chat, I'd like to tell you that the certificate and the recording of the session will be given to you on Monday by end of day. So you'll get the certificate recording and you'll get the certificate and the recording on your registered email on which the link for the meeting was shared. Okay, so we have questions. Anuj, you can stop sharing your screen if you want.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Arnav. Sure.
Okay. Hmm. So there's a feedback you were telling so fast I wasn't able to grasp. Okay, so we are that is the reason why we are giving Anshima. That is the reason why we are giving the recording. So you can refer to the recording again and again as much as you want. And we also basically float a feedback form. So if you have any further queries, you can write in the feedback form as well. We'll try to get them answered by Anuj as soon as possible. And the next question is from Akib. How do I use AI, Cursor, ChatGPT, Grok for interview preparation? Anuj, do you have some suggestions for this? Anuj, you're on mute.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. So definitely, Akib, you can utilize it for preparing it for interviews. Like suppose if you are preparing for data structures and algorithm, you can definitely mention, I want to prepare for this particular topic. Can you please suggest me? Can you please take a mock interview for me? You can tell him, I have an interview scheduled next week. Can you please take a mock interview on the basis of the like topics you have provided? It will provide you a random question and it will ask you to solve it. After that, you can provide your code to AI and tell him to, can you please analyze and give me scores? How much is the possibility for me? I will be able to clear that interview. Same for system design, same for database design, everything. HLD also. So I think you can utilize.
Okay, that's a great suggestion, Anuj. I hope that answers your question, Akib. So we'll take the next question. The next question is from Chintamani. What is the working model of Blinkit and Blinkit operates on which model, Anuj?
Okay, so Chintamani, just I want to ask you, model like Blinkit is something like a quick commerce only, right? If you're saying that Zepto and now Flipkart Minutes and multiple companies are entering into this thing, right? Dunzo was also there. So Blinkit is working on quick commerce, like what they are doing. They are making available things for you within minutes. Now the day, if you are seeing that, you can even order your mobile phones and electronics things within 30 minutes. Like they will be able to bring the mobile phones, TV to your home within 30 minutes. So Blinkit is working on the model like a quick commerce, like making everything available for you within few minutes, less than an hour or less than 30 minutes.
Yeah. So hope that answers your question, Chintamani. Thank you, Anuj. The next question is from Nilesh. So can you explain agent which was present in bottom right in cursor IDE?
Okay, so I'll tell you. So if I share my screen for a second, just a minute, I'm sharing my screen. So the agent, the option that you are getting here, na, like it will provide you options of different agents. Like if you like it has, there is option of auto. Now I have selected auto. If you select on this now, there's an option which AI you want to use Gemini, you want to GPT and those things. So if you guys want to use any specific, you can use, but I usually kept it as auto because it automatically detects that this particular thing I want. And other than that, if you go to ask, like that is specifically for asking the question, that this is for particular, like I want answer for this question. That is not that's specifically for generating the codes and those kind of things. So you can explore it more. I think.
Okay. So the next question is from Varun. Explain creating and accessing the folders that are used in the cursor.
Okay. So Varun, the thing is, what cursor does na, cursor is similar to your IDE only. What it have like, as you are running your IDE as the admin permission on your system, right? Usually IDEs have admin permissions on the system. So if the IDE have a admin permission on the system, then it will be able to generate, like for generating cursor, what it is doing. it is internally running a command which is mkdir make directory and that particular folder name. Nothing it is doing much. Like if you type in your terminal mkdir and folder name, it will generate a folder for you. And if you want to create a specific file, then you can write touch and that particular file. So you are saying that we can also do it manually. We can write my mkdir folder name and touch file name, but it has automated for us. Like it is doing running that command for us on our behalf, but it is doing same thing only. You can also do it as your own. So I think
Okay. So hope that answers your question, Varun. The next question is from Keshav. Keshav is saying, sir, I am Keshav from NIT Calicut. We also use the AI agents like ChatGPT, DeepSeek, Grok, but most of the times ChatGPT that we use, so out of 10 questions it only answers 4 questions. So he's asking, can you please suggest if it is a prompt issue or is it the hard questions, NIT level questions? So he is a CSE student, so can you suggest?
yeah.
Uh, yeah
Yeah, sure. Yes, sir. So, Keshav, the thing is that it is not like AI is like currently evolving. It is not completely evolved. So, like we can't like tell AI that to provide like complete answer in one prompt, right? We can't tell him that this is my question and you can provide me complete answer. So you have to provide multiple prompts. And if like there is one thing like you have already mentioned, is it a issue of prompt? Yes, like that can be a issue of prompt because whenever we are trying to explain some things, na, we usually forget to express some things that we want. So that's why in the beginning of the session, I told Grok to generate a prompt for me. Like if I would have been written a prompt that I want to use Blinkit, I want this type of header, I want this type of card, there was a high possibility that I would have been missed some things. So that's why I told him to generate the prompt. So whenever you're using AI for solving the questions, just go there, post their question there, and firstly tell him read this question and provide me a prompt that will provide me the answer for this question like completely working. Then copy that prompt and provide it to different AIs and then take the response and then compare and then try to run it. So then we will definitely get answers.
Right, that's a great suggestion, Anuj. So the next question is kind of a feedback. So Kashi Vishwanath has to say that thank you for the session, even though it's short, but it's good to see some new AI tools, but need few more sessions to learn more. So Kashi Vishwanath, we keep having these sessions on every Saturday. So you can log on to our website, you can follow us on LinkedIn so that you keep getting updates about the new sessions that we have every week. So the next question is from Sindhu. While writing the code by using AI, how can we find errors and how should we correct them in a particular area?
Yeah, sure, Sindhu. So, Sindhu, you have seen that while in the cursor, right? I told him, like, for finding the errors, like, I was not able to detect that is it serving it from database or is it serving it from my in-memory hash map. So, I told him, please add logs, relevant logs there. So, now on the basis of logs, I able to find that. Like, that was something you can say that runtime issue, right? Runtime error. So, if there are some compile time error, na, while running your code, then you will be able to get that compile time error into your console only. You have to copy that error and just give it. Like you might have seen that I got one error of course, like CORS, right? That was related to like we have to provide permission to some certain origins. So I just copied that like that was a error. Like I copied that error and pasted it to cursor. On the basis of that, it has added course policy there because it know what to do. So for finding the errors, like second thing, I already told that you can add debuggers also in cursor. Like that is extension of your VS Code. You can run it in. So you can add debuggers and like run it in debug mode so that you will be able to find where your code is breaking, and you can tell the specific pinpoint line that please read this line. My code is breaking here, and then solve it.
Okay. Hope that answers your question, Sindhu. So the next question is from Rupesh, how to use cursor in VS Code.
Yeah, so Rupesh, you can use the cursor in VS Code. I'll tell you there is one extension. Forget the name. Just a minute. But I'll tell you what cursor is. Na cursor is just a wrapper over the VS Code. So suppose I have the code of VS Code, right? After getting the code of VS Code, na I have integrated my AI into that. Like I'll tell you, you guys can also build your own IDE AI integrated. So what you guys can do now, you can go to like some AI provides for developer free API keys. You guys can go to GitHub Marketplace. You can copy the key from there. You can take the key. You can take some open source IDE using cursor only. You can tell that I want to build my custom IDE, which is AI integrated, and I want to make it open source after that. So you can use that API. What that API will do, whatever code users are writing now, it will basically read that code. On the basis of that, you can make your own cursor also, because some APIs are free, but there would be some restriction. For those APIs, you guys can make 150 requests maximum in a day. So, but if you want to commercialize this, right, then you have to take the subscription of that. So for cursor using in VS Code, now there is extension. I forgot the name. Just a minute. I'm searching. Um, you can search on Google. I forgot the name. Just a second. VS Code. Actually, I am not getting the name. I think I'll get back to you on this. This one extension for this you can add in your from extensions only you can download. You can if you search it on Google or YouTube, you can easily get. There is an extension, you have to download it. Then your VS Code will directly become something like Cursor, but that will not that much powerful because Cursor is built only for that purpose.
Got it. Got it. So the next question is, which programming language is used in Blinkit, and what is the BCG matrix of Blinkit?
Okay, so Chintamani, language-wise, if I tell you, like usually most of the companies nowadays are migrating to Golang for their backends. Like you are seeing that Blinkit user base is huge. Like everyone usually have Blinkit application in their phone. And for front end, most of the companies are using React. So I'm expecting that. I'm not exactly aware, but nowadays, as per the trend, for front end, I can say that Blinkit is definitely using React, and for backend purposes, like it is definitely using Golang, because all the companies which are earlier using Java, those things are migrating to Golang because Golang is very much fast. Like you can scale your system to millions of requests per second using Golang. So, and I think these are the mainly languages. And I'm not the abbreviation BCG. I'm not exactly aware, but basically BCG. Just a minute. I'm not aware about this abbreviation. This is something. Okay, business consulting group, something like that. So business consulting group, if you are saying that, for that they usually maintains our internal portals. Like if they have to consult, like if they have to like commercialize their business, they have to like extend their business. So for that they use internal. For that also they will might be using same technologies like Golang and React. And databases wise, so nowadays most of the peoples for SQL databases are going toward Postgres, right? For caching purposes they are going to Aerospike and Redis. And other than that, for keeping the history and those things, they are using graph databases, like so that they will be able to track what users are searching. On the basis of that, they train their AI models, and they will provide you the recommendations.
All right. So the next question is from Keshav. I'm a CSE student. Can you suggest me for CSE to help for studies in AI for coding, DSA, etc.?
Yeah,
Anuj.
yeah, definitely. What you can do, you can leverage while learning the DSA. Na? Earlier, what you were doing, like most of the students face issue while dry running the code. Like where would be my, suppose you are writing some graph code, right? So how DFS is going, how BFS is going, like what is my stack currently have. So what you can do now, you can give the question to the AI. Tell him, I want to learn firstly how graph we can build the graph. What are the different ways to build? Like once you are done with the basic creation part and traversal, then just give him the problem. I'll tell him, explain this problem, like related with a real-time example, and after that take a sample input, dry run it step by step. So once it is dry running it now, just take a notebook and pen, similar to them, similar to your AI. Just try dry run it in your notebook. That will increase your efficiency because you want to be able to stuck. And if you practice it on daily basis, na, then after few months, you know, don't even need AI for dry running it. Like you can dry run it, and that will increase your programming skills definitely.
Okay, so the next question is, who's the target audience for Blinkit? So Chintamani, this is a business related question, but just for your knowledge, I'll tell you that the target audience for Blinkit is anyone who wants to order something quickly. So they don't want to either wait for 2, 3 days or one day by ordering through an e-commerce website like Amazon, or if they don't want to shop physically, go outside and shop. So if they want something readily available in 15 to 30 minutes. So that is the target audience for Blinkit, majorly in tier 1 and tier 2 cities. So the next question is, what are the key considerations for building a Blinkit clone with AI? So Anuj, any few quick pointers?
Yeah. So the consideration that we did now, I'll tell you again, in the session only I have repeated I think 3 to 4 times that the session is mainly focused toward like explaining you guys about artificial intelligence, how artificial intelligence you guys can utilize to increase your efficiency and build the product. So why we have chosen the Blinkit? First thing, that Blinkit, most of the students are aware. Like everyone is using Blinkit. Like if you are staying in hostel, if you are working somewhere, everywhere, everyone is using Blinkit. So that's why Blinkit is a known company. So that if we are building Blinkit, then it will users can easily relate that if Blinkit has built the Blinkit, why can't I build my own Blinkit and I can commercialize it, right? So that is the main purpose. And consideration that the main thing, like the technologies that we have choose, why we have choose these technologies, because as per the like students, as per the basically the crowd that is here, like most of the students are aware about these technologies, right? If I tell you about HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Node.js, like database, like SQL database, most of the students are aware. Like if we use this, then most of the students can relate. Like suppose if I have started using Golang and students are not aware about it, then that would not be much beneficial for them, like attending this session, right? So that's why we have chosen these technologies.
Okay. So hope that answers your question, Chintamani. The next question is from Keshav. Just a second, sir. How to use Cursor AI? You said you will say it in the end of the session, Anuj.
Keshav, like throughout the session, we have utilized a cursor only. Like the first prompt we took from Grok, then we have provided that prompt to the ChatGPT. From ChatGPT, we got the boilerplate UI. Then we have provided it to cursor, right? Cursor, it is ID. Like again, if you are if you are confused between where I was coding, I am sharing my screen just for a second. That you are seeing that I am here. This is this IDE where I was coding. Na, this was cursor. Like this is, if you are seeing that, this is cursor. All the code that I did here, na, everything like selecting this, passing this, everything is cursor only. And if you are thinking out how to download, just write download cursor, cursor for your Mac operating system, suppose Mac. You just have to download it. No need to done anything. Download, install. It will be directly similar to your VS Code. So complete coding that we did for this session, we have not utilized any other IDE. That is completely cursor. Yeah, like most of the people got confused between cursor and VS Code, because cursor is built over VS Code only. So that's why it is looking little bit same.
Right. Okay. So the next question is, hi sir, I recently graduated from VIT CSS and I wanted to know what type of projects in AI should I work upon other than this. So which will help me land a nice job, or what can I do to land a better job as an AI engineer? Anuj.
Okay. So, suggestion from my side is, nowadays you are seeing that some of the things are getting too much popularized. Right? I told you that uh, if you try to make something now, like using AI, build something that includes AI. Right? Suppose I am building application that internally contains AI. Like suppose in this Blinkit, I introduce a AI that that AI will do. I will take a OpenAI API that I told you that you can get it from GitHub Marketplace for free, right? For testing purpose. What you can do, you can integrate AI in Blinkit. You're saying that as of now in Blinkit there is no AI, right? You can make an enhanced version of AI. What that will do, that will provide you recommendation on the basis of your past orders, right? These are your past order. Now it will tell you that from last few days you are ordering too much snacks, ordering too much lays. That is not beneficial for health. Let's just try fruits for some time. Like you can train your AI model. So for that you guys can utilize some APIs. One more thing, nowadays NLP, natural language processing, are getting too much popularized. Try to integrate that also. Other than that, you guys can implement, I can suggest you that AI integrate, like you can say that something related like Gmail, that is AI integrated, right? Everything's like whatever project you are building na, build it using AI, and inside also use AI to make human life easy. If you add those things, then there would be more chances that interviewer will get happy that you have made effort to build the things. So then it will definitely help you.
Okay, so hope that answers your question, Tarang. The next question is from Vaishnavi. Sir, can you please explain how to set up cursor ID on our system? So Vaishnavi, you'll find a lot of YouTube videos on this. So let's say you have a Mac OS or you have Windows operating system. You can search on YouTube. You'll easily find a lot of videos on this because cursor ID is pretty famous in the developers community. Or you can also try ChatGPT. You can just give a prompt to ChatGPT and ChatGPT will give you all the steps on how to set up the IDE on your system. So the next question is from Gautam. Can you provide the recorded video of this meeting? Yes, Gautam, the meeting recording and the certificate will be provided on your email on Monday end of day. So we'll quickly take five more questions because we are running short on time. So the fifth last question is: this was an interesting session on what tools to use knowledge we can. Okay, so thank you, Sauradeep, for the feedback. Uh, so Suman says, "Sir, I have an idea regarding an app. Uh, API also will be used. So how can I build this app using AI from scratch to deployment?" So Suman, I think you can refer to this session's recording once again. So you'll get some more clarity once you revisit this whole recording on how to basically develop the application from scratch. So the next question is from Harshit. Which programming language is used in ChatGPT? So, Anuj, would you like to say something?
Yeah, so basically, whenever we are training our AI models, na, so AI model should be built in such a way that internally it can understand the language that we are using. So it can understand the language that we are using
Anuj, I think there's some connection issue.
in the
Uh,
world. Am
okay,
I
can you
audible?
all hear Anuj? Just give a thumbs up.
Yeah, am I audible?
Just
Hello.
give a thumbs up reaction if you all can hear Anuj. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
Anuj, go ahead.
Yeah, sure. So, like as I told you that nowadays, whenever you are dealing with scaling problem, now like whenever you have to deal with scaling problem, there is only one solution in backend, that is Golang. Golang is the only language that is nowadays scaling. Like if you see in the companies, now any company, same for ChatGPT, you're seeing that millions of requests ChatGPT is getting per second. So I can say that in backend they are definitely using for their backend code for this website, they are using Golang, and for like training their model, like they have to use like for building their model, what they have to do, they have to take input from the too many user. After that, using data science and artificial intelligence, they usually trains their model and they feed all the data to the models and they will run. So I think they have knowledge about all the languages, but I think they are operating on Golang only because due to like large load.
All right. So the next question is from Priyanka. Sir, can you suggest me some AI tools for business intelligence or data analysis?
Yeah. So again, same for data analysis also. You can provide like suppose you are using R language may be usually used for data analysis. Like people uses R, ggplot, and those things, right? For data analysis, you guys can again utilize ChatGPT is also good. You can upload the data files there, right? You might have CSV, you might have RTF file or other files. You can upload that file. You can tell them, please analyze this file. After that, I want to do a data analysis, and I want like in my business BI, like BI is a tool, right? For that data analysis, right? You can tell him, just provide me a script. Using that, I can plot my graphs of this data, like, and what it will do, it will, after reading the code, it will do data validations, data cleaning, everything, and it will remove everything that irrelevant rows, and at the end, it will provide you the gist of that, like this much. Suppose example, 1,000 people went to like some so you can trip. Out of that, how much are willing to go to trip next time also? It will plot a graph for you, that it will provide you the script in language whatever you want. Like usually R script is used for that, so I think you can use.
Okay, so we'll take one last question, Anuj, from Sindhu. So Sindhu is saying sometimes I use to ChatGPT for knowing programming related codes, but it doesn't give correct answers. So could you suggest me any AI related tools for this,
Uh,
Anuj?
for if you are facing issue while generating backend code with usually that you're saying that DSA questions or competitive programming question, then Grok would be the better option for that. ChatGPT, I personally see is that if you want to build a UI, na, or like, then ChatGPT is more beneficial than Grok. If you want to write the backend code or some logical thing, na, more, so then it's better to use DeepSeek or Grok. That will be more beneficial. And third thing, prompt is very important. Like there might be possibility that you are not providing the proper prompt. Then again, give him the question and tell him to provide you the prompt, and again provide that same prompt to him. It will solve your problem.
All right. So hope that answers your question, Sindhu. Thank you so much. Thank you all for attending the session today on a Saturday afternoon. Thank you, Anuj, for taking out time for all of us. And to all those who have this question of certificate and the meeting recording, so I'm again repeating that you all will get the certificate and the meeting recording by Monday, end of day. So you all can post the certificates on LinkedIn and you all can tag us. You can tag Cuvette and you can write in the post whatever you've learned through the session, whatever your feedback is. And we'll definitely repost those posts that have good content. So you all can follow Qubit as well. We keep posting regular job updates on our LinkedIn account, and we keep posting about weekly workshops that we have on Saturdays on our LinkedIn account. So if you follow us, you will keep getting the updates. And if you post the certificate and tag us, then that will amplify your profile, and that will bring visibility to a lot of recruiters as well. So that's it from my side. Thank you so much for joining today. Thank you so much, Anuj, for taking out time.
Yeah, first,
Yeah.
like for my side also, thanks everyone for joining this session. Like, it's a Saturday and it's afternoon, and you guys are coming for learning. That is good thing. Like this type of dedication is required. Like if you guys want to build the products, and again, thanks to the Cuvette team, like they have given me the opportunity to like just share my knowledge with you guys, everyone. And I think thank you for like everyone.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Anuj. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
So we all can leave the session. I'll quickly end the meeting for everyone. Thank you. Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
thanks everyone. Bye bye.